I'm Paul Brown here in the Capitol Tonight studio with Gardner Selby, the editor for PolitiFact Texas from the Austin American-Statesman. You're looking at another ad. Which is this one?
This is the ad with the empty wheelchair, brought to you by Wendy Davis.
Okay, here's the ad.
Greg Abbott. He sued and got millions. Since then, he spent his career working against other victims. Abbott argued a woman whose leg was amputated was not disabled because she had an artificial limb. He ruled against a rape victim who sued a corporation for failing to do a background check on a sexual predator. He sided with a hospital that failed to stop a dangerous surgeon who paralyzed patients. Greg Abbott, he's not for you.
There are some similar sounding accusations out there from previous ads were simply about some of these, but there's a lot here. You looked at a couple of these, right?
That's right. We tackled the third and fourth claims in this ad, or at least we looked at ads that were touching on them. One, the idea that Abbott, as a Texas Supreme Court justice, sided with a company against a rape victim. In that instance, as a justice, he was dissenting from a ruling and saying, you know what, the distributor of these vacuum cleaners is responsible for the hiring. It says so in this agreement. It's not the manufacturer. He wasn't necessarily attacking the rape victim.
And then the other one that you looked at out of all of these claims in this ad.
Right, the very last claim about the hospital, his siding with the hospital. Earlier this year, the Attorney General's office intervened in some lawsuits, federal suits, and said we need to defend a state law, tort reform law, that the hospital also supports. Hence, he's against the victims, but he's fighting only in that instance for protecting the existing law passed 2003, Texas legislature, Republican control.
So given what you've just told us, let's look at the overall rating for these two parts of this ad.
It so happens that both of these statements, when we were earlier checked, came out mostly true.
Okay, we remind everyone that, of course, there's other parts to this particular ad, and there are
so
a lot of other
more
ads,
fact
right?
checks too.
Just keep them coming. We'll be checking this with Gardner periodically. You can always go right now online to find out more about this one and many others at PolitiFactTexas.com.